Hi everyone, I'm Autumn with the Autumn Review. I'm going to be doing a video review for Slammed and Point of Retreat by Colleen Hoover. And the reason why I'm doing them both together is because I read them both in the same day. So I'm going to start with a summary and my thoughts on Slammed, and then I will move on to Point of Retreat and my thoughts on that. So I'll get started with Slammed. Slammed is about a girl named Laken, and she goes by Lake. Her family calls her Lake, and her father has passed away recently, and she is moving from Texas to Michigan. Her mom has taken a job up in Michigan, so she and her brother have to relocate with her mom to Michigan. The day that they move in, her brother, who is 9 years old, meets the little boy across the street who is also 9 years old, and they immediately form a friendship, and then Lake meets Will Cooper, and Will is the neighbor's older brother, and Will is a few years older than Lake, and they get along well, and so Will asks Lake out on a date. So they go out on a date, and Will is a poet, and he performs slam poetry at a nightclub. So that is their first date, and Lake is impressed. She's never seen anything like that, never been to a club like that before, so it really affects her personally and emotionally, and she decides to open up to him and discuss her father's death and how that's affected her and how she feels about her move to Michigan and leaving her life behind in Texas. So in addition to that, Will has revealed to her some information about his own life and some of the things that he's had to struggle through. So they form an instant bond, and there's definitely attraction there, and they're both, excited about the possibility of having each other in their lives, and possibly developing a relationship with each other. So that's how it starts, and then unfortunately there is a huge shocker that comes into play, and that shock really was unexpected for me when I was reading it. And I read so many books that it's come to the point where I can pretty easily predict what's going to happen in a book, and I really truly did not see this coming. I had many different scenarios in my mind about what was going to happen, because I had heard that something big happened, but this was unexpected. What did happen was unexpected to me. So what happens, I'm not going to tell you what happens because I want you to go read the book, but unfortunately it tears them apart, and even though it tears them apart, they're both very saddened by the fact that they can't be together, because they've formed this, the start of a relationship. So but because their brothers are friends and they are forced to interact with each other in many different situations, they're still somewhat part of each other's lives, even though they're trying to forget about their feelings for each other. So while they're dealing with all of that, Lake's mom presents her with yet another family crisis, and so Lake is forced to step up to the plate and take care of her brother, and Will's there to support her, and he helps her with her brother, and so that connection is still very prominent within the story. So, I don't want to reveal too much about the story, but I feel like I have to say that with all of the difficult situations that they have to deal with in this story, they do, I hate to even reveal this, but they do ultimately end up together. And the only reason why I am revealing that information is because of the next book that I'm going to be doing in the review. So that's pretty much where it ends. They find a way to be together. And so my thoughts on Slammed are that it really, truly is a phenomenal read. It was unexpected. I had several friends of mine recommend this book to me, and I bought it, but it sat on my Kindle for a few days, and then one of those friends asked me, how I was liking the book, and I said, I haven't had a chance to pick it up yet, and she said, nope, you need to go open it now. So I did, and I couldn't put it down, and I immediately had to go buy the next book. So if that doesn't tell you how wonderful this story is, I really don't know what else I could say. I mean, I love Will. I mean, he is just fabulous. I mean, he is such a sweetheart. He's 21 years old, but he shows an extremely, he's just fantastic. I mean, he's so responsible. He's so loving. He has sacrificed his own happiness for, the love of his brother and to take care of his brother. And you can't help but admire those traits. I mean, to somebody who truly puts, their family first and the best for a family member. I'm a big family person, so it really touched my heartstrings, this story, and I tried to write this review in written form, and I just felt like I could not do it justice, so I had to do a video review for it. So I hope I'm coming across clearly that this really is a phenomenal read, and I hope that everybody can go take a look at it. So if you love Slammed, then you will immediately want to go get Point of Retreat. And Point of Retreat starts off a year after Slammed ends. And this story begins with Lake and Will trying to adjust to their new roles and their new responsibilities and where they are due to this family crisis that they've left off and from Slammed. So they're very much in love, and they're kind of forced to take an even bigger part in the parental role of the two younger brothers. And then unfortunately, someone from Will's past comes back into play, and that person stirs up some trouble and causes some doubt within their relationship. And so Will is basically left having to convince and reassure Lake of his true motivations for maintaining their relationship and for being involved with her in the first place. And sure, their circumstances contributed to bringing them together, but he truly does love her. And so this story is basically, Point of Retreat is about Will, you know, proving his love to Lake. And again, it was beautifully done. One of the things that I really appreciated about Point of Retreat was written in Will's point of view. And lately I've been reading quite a few books from the male perspective, and I adore it, and I adore Will, so I think that made it even more touching to me to read. So my final thoughts on Point of Retreat are, again, go read Slammed, and then you will want to read Point of Retreat because you'll want to know what happens. And I hope that I haven't revealed too much to you. I hope that you will want to go get this book, because I will say that Slammed and Point of Retreat have both moved into my top reads of this year so far, easily said. And I can honestly say that both of these books will be rereads for me. I truly felt an emotional connection to this story, and I hope you will too. It's beautifully written, and just such a lovely, lovely, touching story. So please go get it. I will leave information on how you can reach the author, Colleen Hoover, and also links of where you can purchase the book through Amazon and Barnes & Noble. So both books received a rating of 5 leaves, because that's my new rating system with my new blog design anyway. Again, please go get these books, and I hope you enjoy them as much as I have.